it is time to design the About Me page. Now, in this About Me page, we are going to have an header and also some sections in the page, some sections talking about me and what I basically do. And let's do that.
Now, if we check our About Us page, the About Me page, we would see that it is still very blank and there is nothing in there. So we are going to design the About Me page right now. And first, we want to go to the back end of our website and you want to type in wp/admin. That takes you to the back end. And we want to go to pages and we are going to locate the home page, which is this one, and you want to select edit. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. We are now working on the About Me page, and if you see it here, we have two of them. So I'm just going to trash one, and yeah. So you want to click on edit, and then edit with Elementor. And now this is the About Me page, and we can start editing. So first, we want to add a section at the top of the About Me page, and I will select Flexbox. And we are going to be using two columns. So let's select two columns. And first, we would change the background. So let me select this section here, and I'm going to style and select gradient, and you want to um, use this color. So I'm going to paste in this color code right here. And, and the second color, we want to make that our primary color. And for the type, I'm going to go for radial and go for top right here. All right, so now we have a background for this our About Me section. And here I want to have a heading, so I'll go to add element and I'll drag in an heading into it. And also underneath the heading, we need a text. So I'll drag in a text here. And in the column to the right, we want to have an image. So I'll go to add element and I'll drag in an image and I'll select the image I want to place in there, which is an image of myself. And I'll select these and click open. I'll select, and now I have an image of myself. So I want to change this text to say about me. And for the text here, I'm going to copy this text in there. And I'm just going to paste it here. Feel free to copy this text and you can always use them on your own website as you're testing them out. So now let's change this text color to white so that it's visible, and I want to make it a bit bolder. I'll go to typography and under the weight I'm going to select 700. I think this works. And then I want to increase the font chart a little bit like so. I think this is fine. And for this text, we also make it white. So I'm going to select these and pick white. All right. So I want to bring down this image to the edge here so that I'm not floating. And to do that, I will click the image and I'll go to advanced and I'm going to come down to transform, offset, and the Y axis. I'm going to tone it down to the edge So we're just going to turn it manually and make sure it's 100, and I think this is okay. We might still need to adjust it, but let's leave it like this for now. And I want to bring this text beside myself so it's not far above my head. And basically, I'm just going to use padding for that. And let's go to advanced. So I'll click on the column, go to advanced. And first I will link this padding. And for the padding top, I'll make it 266. And for the right, I'll make it 31, bottom 31, and left 31. Yeah, so this is perfect. All right, let's move on. Now I want to create the next section, which we have an image and some text describing myself. So I'm going to select this plus sign, select flexbox, and we also need two columns in this section. And first, I want to drag in an image in here. So I'll go to add element and put in this image. And also here we need an heading and some text. So you go to add element and drag in text, and also go back to add elements and drag in the text editor. And here I want to change this to learn about my vision and mission. All right. And also I'm just going to copy out the text that I'll be pasting here. So just copy it out, and you can always refer to the files to get this all this text in there and paste them if you want to use the exact text that I use. And yeah, so we have these all set, and now let's put in our image here. So I'm going to upload an image of myself, which is this one, and select. And this is nice, but let's try and make it bigger. To do that, I'll go to padding. I will link this padding, I'll link the margin, and also select this container and unlink the padding. So now we have our image like so. Now I want this image to come down just a little bit. So to do that, I'll use a padding on this column, and padding top, I want to make it 76, and that brings it down. So now let's add some curves at the edges of this image, and I'm going to go to style and radius. I'm going to add 30, and this looks okay. Now I think we should add some spacing around this text and justify things just a little bit so it's not too close. So they are not all too crammed up. So I'm going to select this column and I'll go to advanced, and let's add a padding of 50 and see how that goes. All right, let's add some padding at the top so it just balances up with the image. Going to unlink this, and you know what, make the padding top 70, and that just balanced things off. And also to the left we probably could add a padding of 60. Yeah, I think this looks okay. Let's make this 60. Yeah, so I think I'm happy with this. Let's see if adding some padding to the left could make things better. So let's make it 100. And yeah, I think this is okay. Yeah, so let's not waste much time on this section. I think this will do. Now let's go to the next section. I need an heading and a text underneath this heading. So I'm going to select Flexbox, and I'll just pick this direction column, and I want to add an heading and also a text. And we want this heading to be centralized, so I'll go to style and center it. And I also want this to be centralized, style, center. And I don't want this taking up the whole page, so I'll reduce the width and select custom. And I'm just going to dial this to make it 2 lines, and you want to align it to the center. So I'm going to change this text to core values, core values. All right. And for the paragraph here, I'm just going to copy and paste this text here. And voila, we are done with this section and it looks okay. So now the next section, we need 3 boxes and some text inside it. So first, I think we should create just a box first and we can duplicate it. All right, so now I have created a section, and first I want to add in a container. Or you know what, instead of creating a new section, let's add it into this section right here. So I'm going to drag in this container into this section, and inside this container I would also drag another container. So I want this container to have these 3 containers we are talking about, or we are about to design. And now let's style this container before we duplicate them into 3. And just for reference purpose, this is what we are actually trying to design here. So these 3 boxes is what we're trying to design. So let's go back and make that happen. So first, we want to change the background of this container, and I'm just going to make it a classic primary color. And inside this container, we're going to have our heading, and this heading, let's make it an heading 3. Now we can see because it's purple, so let's change it to white so we see what we're working with. And let's make it heading 4. So it's, yeah, I think this works. And we also need a text inside of it. We're going to make this text white also. So I'm going to go to text color and I'll select white. And here we want to have the text saying empowerment. So I'm just going to paste in this text here, and also this text here, we want it saying this. And now let's go ahead and duplicate this box and make them 3. So I'm going to come to this icon here and click. Okay, so we selected the direction downwards for this um, column. Now we need to make the direction go towards the right instead of it going downwards. And to do that, you want to select this column in question, and I'm going to select column vertical. Oh, sorry. We are going to select roll horizontal because we want whatever we duplicate to go towards the right instead of them dropping vertical downwards. All right. So now I'm going to duplicate this, and you can see we have it here. But before we do that, there's something we missed. I want to have some round edges here. We don't want them sharp. So I'm going to select this column and I'll go to border, and let's add a border of 30. And now we have a rounded border. So now we can duplicate 3 times, 2 times, and now we have um three of them, and they are looking equal because we have worked on one. And now we can always copy this text and paste them here. So I'm going to quickly do that. Just going to change the heading so they don't look alike. I will leave the text as they are. I want to change this to innovation. Yeah, so now we have these three boxes and they are looking perfect. Now we want to have our footer, and this footer I want to have here would be the same footer we had on our home page, which is right here. Now, because we need the same footer that we have here on our home page, on the About Me page, and instead of repeating the design process and start having to create this same footer right here on the About Me page, there is a little trick to it. So what we can do is we can save this section so that we can always repeat it on any part of the website we want to repeat it. And to do that, we need to save it as a template, and then we come back to the About Me page and basically just import it on the About Me page. So let's do that. To do that, I'm going to go to Edit with Elementor because I want to edit this home page where we have this footer in question. So I'm going to scroll down to the footer, and here you want to come to the middle right here on this icon, and you want to right click and select save as template. All right, and I'm just going to name it footer, and I'm going to save it. All right, so now the footer is saved, and I will cancel this. And now let's go back to the About Me page. So now we need this footer right here. And to just paste it here, we come to this icon here, and you want to click on it, and you want to select My Templates. And now here's the footer we have just saved. You just click on Insert and select Apply. And that would basically and simply just bring the footer into your page without you having to design it right from the scratch. And the good thing is, because we have optimized this for our mobile device, you can see the footer is well optimized for the mobile device. Meanwhile, we haven't edited the other parts of the About Me page, so we are still going to get to that. But we are pretty much done with the desktop view of the About Me page, and it looks sleek. All right, now let's publish our website to make it live. And now let's quickly edit for the mobile view of the About Me page. So first, I want to reduce the font size and make it a bit smaller, and let's bring this up a bit instead of it being going downwards. So let's bring all the text upwards, and I'm going to use padding for this. So let's untick this, and padding top I want to make it 156, and right I'll make it 61, bottom 61, and left 61. This doesn't look good, so I'm just going to get rid of some of this padding. Yeah, I think this works fine. Or you know what? Let's bring this to the top a bit, and I think we are good with this. Mm, just try to adjust things and see what actually works for you. And I think I'm fine with this. And now this image is pretty small. Let's make it bigger by just unticking the padding here, and yeah, that increases the image. And Now I'm floating and I want this image to be up a little bit, so I'm just going to go to advanced, and you want to go to transform and offset the y-axis. I'm going to bring it up, and let me just adjust it with this dial here. Yeah, so yeah, this is nice and I love it. I love it. So now that we've optimized this particular section, and because we're going to be using it in other parts of the website, let's save this as a template so we could just import it on the other parts of the website and make our work faster. So let's select save as template, and I'm just going to save this as header section and click on save. And now we can always use this on other parts of our website. So instead of having to um, design it right from the script. So let's go back to the mobile view and make sure things are fine here. This is pretty much ugly, and I want to untick this and untick this, and let's release this. Yes, much better, but it can be better. I'm going to reduce the font, and let's add some padding to the top. Make it 60, or let's make it 40. Yeah, 40 looks fine. And first, I want this text to be center aligned like so. And let's see what some padding does to both left and right. You know what? Let's get rid of the padding. Doesn't look good. Yeah, so yeah, it's a whole lot of text, but I mean, we just learn here. I want to centralize these and make it centered, and this looks okay to me. Okay, now I don't want this section starting with my image. Instead, I want it starting with the text, and then I would have the image underneath the text. To do that, I'm going to select this section, and you want to click on um, column vertical, right? Select the section here, column vertical, um, sorry, column reversed rather, because we're trying to reverse this column, bring this up and bring this down. So I'm going to select column reverse, and that will bring the text, the image downwards, and we have the text upwards. And I love this the way it is. And now the next section, let's reduce this font a little bit, and I'm going to make it 20, let's make it 30. Just going to type in 30. Also, this text, I want to make it centered, and let's increase the width like so, and this is nice. Now look at this. We need to create more room and make this text breathe. They are really suffocating right here. So let's let the pour breathe. Okay, to do that, I'm going to select the column, and we should cancel out the padding so that it has some space. And also let's give this, cancel this out also, and cancel this out, and I'm going to reduce the padding for this column also. Go to advanced, going to cancel this out, and let's give it a padding of 21 all round, so we link it with this text here. And I think this looks okay, or let's make it 22. You know what, let's make it 25. Yes, so 25 works fine. All right. Now, instead of, here's a little trick. Instead of having to, adjust the padding for all these two other boxes, what we can do is just copy the style from here and then paste the style here so that it inherits the style we've chosen for this box at the top here. Now, here's how to do that. So you want to come to this column, right click on top of it, select copy, and now you want to come to this column here and you want to right click and select to paste style. All right, so you paste style, and that would copy all the styles from this box and paste it right here. So that's a little trick you could always utilize when designing your website instead of having to repeat things um, right from the scratch. So we still have that style copied, and now I'm going to still paste this style right here. And now you can see the three boxes now have equal sizes. And that is it with the About Me page. Now it is looking pretty nice and functional. All right, so let's move on.